Most home security setups feel like a massive headache to get running, but this kit from Reolink is surprisingly straightforward. It is one of those rare systems that doesn't require a degree in electrical engineering to get off the ground. You get 4 cameras and a 16-channel recorder, which is a nice touch because it leaves you plenty of room to grow if you decide to add more eyes around the property later on. The build quality on these cameras is solid metal, not that cheap plastic that feels like it might crack if you tighten the mount too hard. They feel substantial, and that gives you a bit of extra confidence when they are hanging out in the rain or wind. The dual-band Wi-Fi is the real star here. Most budget systems struggle if you have a crowded network, but by supporting both 2.4 and 5 GHz, this thing stays pretty stable. You aren't constantly fighting with buffering or dropped signals, which is usually the biggest frustration with wireless cameras. The 5 MP resolution is sharp enough to actually identify faces or license plates, and the night vision reaches out to about 100 feet. It is not going to turn night into day, but it does a clean job of cutting through the dark without turning everything into a blurry mess of gray pixels. Now here is the thing about the storage. It comes with a 1 TB drive tucked inside the recorder, which is plenty for 24/7 recording for a while. If you are the type who wants to keep months of footage, you can swap that out for an 8 TB drive, which is a massive amount of space. The app experience is decent too. It is snappy enough to pull up a live feed when you get a notification, and the smart playback feature saves you from scrubbing through hours of empty footage just to find that one delivery driver who dropped off a package. However, it is not perfect. If you're planning to mix in some older PoE cameras, just keep in mind that this NVR doesn't provide power over the Ethernet cables itself. You will need a separate switch or a power injector, which adds a bit of clutter to your setup. It is a small hurdle, but one worth noting if you are trying to keep your wiring clean. Also, the initial setup for the firmware updates, if you are using battery-powered cameras, can be a little finicky. It is not a deal-breaker, but it is definitely a moment where you might find yourself tapping your foot waiting for the progress bar to finish. Honestly, for someone who wants a reliable, expandable system that doesn't rely on monthly cloud subscriptions to be useful, this is a really strong contender. It does the heavy lifting without making you jump through hoops, and that is exactly what you want from a security system.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.